What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Then we're going to look through some altcoins really quick as well. I'm going to try to make this video as fast as possible. I don't want to waste anybody's time. And if you like that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave me down low what you've been doing right now. Have you been hodling? Have you been shorting, longing the market? I would love to hear your opinion as I give you my take on what I've been doing right now. So let's dig into this. So first of all, guys, what we want to pay attention to here, we're going to look at Bitcoin on the one-day time frame. Bitcoin's going to be the driver of the market, so we have to pay attention to that before we look at anything else. A few things that I want to point out for us right now. We are having some resistance here, and that's right around $49,715. We've had a lot of trouble with $50,000, that round psychological number that we need to have candle body closes up above, and right now we have not been having that. That also correlates with, in blue here, we've been paying attention to this trend line here that we had 3 touches on. We actually had a trend line break, and what we've done since then is just move sideways. So we've basically been consolidating outside of this trend line here. So we want to keep an eye on that, and we want to see if we're able to gain strength to get back up into this trend line, because it almost looks like, guys, we tried to back test it right up in this area here. You can see where we wicked up to around 49,700, and then we saw some rejection. So I do want you to keep an eye on that, as well as the fact that we've been in this uptrend here. But what you can see is initially the volume was real heavy in the beginning. Then you can see right here it weakened a little bit, and then this last leg up we haven't got as much. The volume's actually been lower. Then you can see right here we tried again and the volume was lower. So that's something I look for when I'm examining trends, because basically, guys, you want to see the volume swell as the trend continues to go to the upside or the downside. Basically the volume will follow with the trend. So the fact that we've actually been losing a little bit of volume as we've been moving up in our price, that's something that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on. Right now, guys, I'm just patiently waiting for my next great opportunity. Not long, not short right now, just patiently waiting for a little bit more clarity in the market, I would say. Right now, we've really just been moving sideways right now, waiting for that next explosive move. In terms of support, we need to hold about 47,512 would be an area I'd look at, and then it would be down to around that 44,886 are going to be the support areas. And then, like I said, we need to get up through that $50,000. That's going to be a big area for us. So right now, if we look down here at the VMC Cipher B, and people are asking about this, this is called Fu Manchu, I do believe. And if you go up into the indicators, right up in this range, just so I can show you here, and then you go into the public library, I believe it is, you can actually find that indicator and a lot of different stuff here, guys. If you take a look through here, you know, Super Trend, I really like that one as well. The Fibonacci Bollinger Bands, there's a lot of great indicators in here that you can try out for yourself. So we're actually trying this VMC cipher. And what I want you to pay attention to, though, we have a couple good things going for us as well. The money flow is still in the green right here. Okay, so that's one thing that you're looking for, and we're still up above our moving averages. So right now we're still trading up above the 20 EMA, the 50, the 100, and the 200. That's why I'm saying, guys, I still think it would be too early for people who are taking out shorts right now. We're still up above this 20 EMA. So that's something you do have to be careful of. You know, you can even see in this downtrend here, for the most part, we're basically traded under it the entire time. And then in uptrends, you stay up above it most of the time. You can see that in purple. So really watch that and pay attention to that. Now, something you can see here, as we were going up like that, so our price was up around $48,000. And then here our price was actually higher. We got up to around that $50,000, but this peak was lower. So we have a little bit of that negative divergence as price was going up. You can actually see on these hills here that we're going down a little bit. So we want to be aware of that. If we take a look on the one-day time frame, it was on August 24th. We had a spinning top candle up there, or almost like a doji candle, a little bit too thick on the body to be a doji. But you can see we had these 2 red dots right here, which was showing the potential of us rolling over a little bit there. Then we had a green dot right there. And guys, the green dots, what I look for is them being very low here on the opposite side. So like when this green dot came in, and this basically what I've been doing is just a lot of back testing on this indicator. So do you see when this green dot and this gold one came right here? This long leg doji candle, that was your buying opportunity right there. So I actually want to see buys coming from down here. Seeing that hill right there changed into that darker blue is what I'm looking for. And that's for buy signals. You can see back in here, same concept. And then for sell signals, you actually want to see, once we get up into this, do you see how this white turns into blue there? And then you get these red dots. And we actually had a little sell-off right there. So I'm looking for the red dots with the higher hills. When they get up pretty high there right now, we made it up to about 63 and 76 there on the height. So still trying to figure all this out, guys, but the money flow right now still is green here. Like I said, we got a really mixed bag of things here. We got bullish things going for us. We got bearish things going for us right now. If we take a look at the technicals, right here on the 1 day, we have a 5 sell, a 10 neutral, and 11 buy. Oscillators, 2 sell, 9 neutral, and a 0 buy. Moving averages, 3 sell, 1 neutral, and an 11 buy. And then the last thing I'm going to show you for Bitcoin are the Fibonacci's. So we want to actually look at this reaction here. So we're going to go from our high down to our low. We're looking at this reaction bounce. We're also sitting right around this 0.618 right here as that golden pocket area, which can act as overhead resistance. So we need to trade up above that. And right now we're fighting with it, if you can see right in this range. Then if we take it the opposite direction, we just look at this move in anticipation of some type of correction. If we get it from our low to our high, a retracement back to the 0.382 would be about $41,000, which would be a sweet spot. It would correlate with our 200 EMA and also this previous resistance that we would want to see turn as support. So I would just be a little bit more careful in this area, guys. Like me, I'm waiting for a little bit more direction. I think we got a lot of mixed signals going on right now, and I don't want to put good money after a position that I'm not 100% sure on right now. Okay, sometimes being patient is the best thing that you can do. A lot of people, Jesse Livermore said the most amount of money he made was when he was sitting or when he was patient. It wasn't always when he was trading. And guys, that's the third position. You can be long, you can be short, and you can also be sitting back patiently waiting for a great opportunity. All right, so next one, and if you guys get something from that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash that like button up for us, guys. It really helps. We haven't been able to get over about 150 thumbs up in a long time, so if you guys can do that for me, it's much appreciated. So in terms of Ethereum here, we're at 3,179. Let's take a look at this. So for ETH, right now we are trading up above our 20, we're up above our 50, we're up above our 100, and we're up above our 200 right now. Basically what we have been doing is consolidating sideways, just really getting squeezed in this area. It's getting tight. So be aware of that. Overhead resistance, we're going to look at 3,356. Support, we're going to look at 2,918 is the channel that we're in right now. You can see that these waves here, we've been losing a little bit of momentum there. We've had some red dots come in, none that were up high, like this one in this range here. See, guys, back in here, this was a really nice one. You can see how this hill was up high. We had this white turning into the blue there, had our 2 dots. Actually went up a little bit more, but that was pretty close. So I basically just go back and look, green dot here coming from the bottom. So we would have had a buy signal about right here. We would have ridden it up. I mean, this is a pretty good indicator here, guys. I just still got to do a lot of work trying to figure it out, but I think this is pretty cool for us. So the money flow is in the green right there. Our hills have been moving to the downside. So we want to keep an eye on that, and then also pay attention to the volume. Do you see as price has been moving up? Take a look at this volume really drying up here, guys. We need those big swells of volume if we want to continue to keep this move going to the upside. So same deal for Ethereum here. You know, not financial advice. If you're a longer term investor, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep holding. We're up above our moving averages. Look to buy the dip. But in terms of trading right now, I think this is a tough spot to just open a trade right now in both directions. All right, so that's going to be Ethereum. Next one, we're going to take a look at Litecoin. We're at 169.63. We did have our blue trend line break right here. We back tested it. We have failed. Right now we're trying to hold up above the 200 EMA. Overhead resistance, we'd have to get over 183 is going to be the range. Support's going to be about 164 right there. Same concept, guys, as price has been moving up here. We haven't had massive volume. I mean, you can see on this opposite side how much higher the volume is when we're in that uptrend. So that's why we have to be careful of these ranges here. We also had a bit of a double top right there as we were losing strength with these hills. You can see we got a red dot. See, guys, this was on August 24th, 2021, right there. And then we've actually had a little bit of a sell-off since then. All right, so that's going to be Litecoin. Just want to put this out there for you guys. Just really make sure we hold this support because we don't want to drop through the 200 EMA and then have it start acting as overhead resistance where we're banging on it trying to get back through. We want to hold that as support. You can see the candle today, we actually wicked down to it. So these are important levels to watch. All right, see if Litecoin can defend that. If it can, see if we can get back up into the trend line. That's what I want to look for. Next one here, guys, let's take a look at Link. We're sitting at $24.80. If you want me covering link, just write it down low. Same concept here. We're back testing the 200 EMA, so link needs to hold about $24.34. To the upside, we'd have to get over 26.71 is going to be the area. Money flow still is in the green right now, but you can see that we've been losing that strength, starting to drop down a little bit there. Right now, we're at negative 21. Okay, so those are the areas that we're going to have to watch for link. You can also see where we did have a bit of a trend line break here. Now we're consolidating sideways. So whenever you're drawing trend lines, guys, you want to look for the most amount of touches that you would get here. So we'd have a touch here, we'd have a touch here, we'd have a touch here. We had our break, we back tested, fell back again. All right, so basically right now it's just moving sideways. Really tight candles moving sideways, waiting for the break. And then if we take a look up here, the last time we had our 2 red dots would have been on the 18th, right in this range. Okay, guys, if we keep cruising down, ADA, $2.81 right now. All right. So ADA has been really nice and strong here. The main area we look to hold as support would be $2.26 is going to be a crucial area for us. Still trading well up above our 20, our 50, our 100, and our 200. I would not suggest getting in the way of this, guys. People who like to short when we're really moving up like that, that's how you can get ripped apart right now. You know, if you're a longer term investor, just keep letting this ride, not financial advice, but also kind of a tough area to just jump into a long right now. Money flow still in the green, so we like to see that. Hills going down just a little bit there. We did have 2 red dots, and that would have been a spinning top candle, and that would have been August 25th. Right there, then we did have a little bit of sell-off and just moving sideways since then. So it is somewhere we could consolidate sideways and then try to get over top of $2.97. But this has been a really explosive move. You can take a look at the range that we've had. Guys, we've been up 191%. So even if we had a retracement at some point back down, say to the 50 or even to that support there, that could still be a 20% retracement when it does come. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. If we take a look at the technicals, should be looking pretty good with all the moving averages. Technicals, we have a 3 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 14 buy, and that's because we're up above all our moving averages. There's still a strong buy, but you can see the oscillators cooling down just a little bit there. They're neutral, 2 sell, 8 neutral, and a 1 buy. So I just want to put this stuff out there for you guys quick. Watch these levels. Let's see if we can get another kick to the upside, but also be careful and cautious in this range. All right? God bless you all. Take care.